Order! Order! You are an incorrigible delinquent at times. Behave yourself, man!
Galileo, it's Europe's global satellite navigation system, and it's the EU's equivalent of GPS. It will be used for everything from sat-navs and mobile phones to rescue services and the military. The UK played a major role in developing it, but there's a big question over what access we will have to it after Brexit. The EU is threatening to stop us using it once we leave. So now the government is considering developing Britain's own system. Here's our science editor, David Shukman.
3, 2, 1, top. Et décollage VS12.
This is Europe's biggest venture into space so far, and Britain has been playing the key role. The rockets have been launching satellites made by British engineers. The spacecraft, when they reach orbit, are designed to provide a system of navigation and highly accurate timing. But the constellation of satellites, known as Galileo, is now caught up in Brexit. The British firms that have been winning orders for this huge project now face being frozen out. And this is happening even before Britain leaves the EU next March. Company bosses gave evidence to MPs today.
There's strong anecdotal evidence that we are, and concrete cases from time to time, where we see that companies in other countries are winning business that we have not been invited to bid for.
One of the conditions in that bid documentation from the European Space Agency is that all work has to be led by an EU-based company from March 19.
And that means, he said, moving jobs to France and Germany. And it's because of all this that the government is considering building a British satellite navigation system, going it alone in space. This company, Surrey Satellite Technology, has made the key parts of the Galileo spacecraft, and it could do the same for Britain. If Britain does go ahead and launch its own satellite navigation system, it'll be run from a place like this. And the feeling in the space industry is that the idea is perfectly feasible, but it would be a massive undertaking. Each satellite would cost about £35 million. And to make the network function, you'd need about 30 of them altogether. And the total cost of that, well, anything from £2 to £5 billion. At stake are hundreds of high-tech jobs. The Galileo contracts are worth millions, and valuable future work is also in the pipeline.
Sharing the burden of a big and complex system like this with European partners is the most cost-effective way to proceed. Nevertheless, if we were not able to participate in that, then having a sovereign capability would be a considerable fillip to UK industry.
For the government, there's a big security angle. Galileo has a special highly accurate signal for the military and the emergency services. But the EU says Britain won't be allowed to receive it. In return, Britain is saying it'll restrict access to ground stations in remote places like the Falkland Islands. It's a war of words with an uncertain outcome. David Shukman, BBC News.